Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Natalie Walsh. I am going to play with some stencils, a little bit of ink, well, quite a fair bit of ink, but look at all those beautiful colours. I am going to make a little rainbow card because I don't know anyone who does not like a rainbow. We have some blending brushes. I have the Flourish Circle 2 stencil. I have Wish You Were Here sentiment, and I'm going to use the sentiment strips and a little bit of vellum. So the inks I've got, they are, one of them is mislabeled. We're going to talk about that in a second. So I've just used a little bit of pixie spray onto the back of my stencil just to keep it down. And this helps me with a lot of my, the finer little bits and pieces in a stencil. So you just spray that, let it dry for a couple of minutes and for a minute or so. I've just got a little gooby stuck to my stencil, and I've got another one in there. Can't quite get it off. The colors that I'm using are, of course, Paper Rose Poppy. We have tangerine, we have lemon, we have grass, navy, grape, and I will bring in a little bit of black later on. I'm just wiping off, once applying the red color, I'm just wiping off the color, the leftover residue color, so I can move into my orange. So as I said, we've got tangerine is our next color, and we're just working, we're going to make our own little rainbow. So make our own little rainbow basically. And the blending brushes, I like the blending brushes because they have their own little cover to them, and I'm about to go away for a couple of days, and it just makes it nothing's going to get dirty. I don't have to worry about anything that's going to be touching my blending brushes at all. Especially with the yellow, I wanted to make sure that my stencil was a little bit clean. Well, as clean as it could be. This is, I've labeled this green. I don't know why, but I did. It's actually called grass, and it's now fixed. So we've got grass. The next color we're getting low on our area that we can color. So we've got a little bit of navy, and the lucky class color is going to be grape. So we're just going to put him right in the very center there. So peeling off my stencil, you do have to still be careful because you do have an adhesive on the back of the stencil. And there is our image. I'm using a little removable adhesive eraser just to get off the leftover little bits because this is a newly sprayed stencil for me. The sentiment strip that we've got here is Wish You Were Here. And I'm going to stamp that with the black ink. I'm a little bit low, but we will fix that. I did stamp it down a couple of times because it is a new stamp to me. And I didn't prep it because I forgot. But that's okay. We still end up with a beautiful little sentiment there. Next is the sentiment strips. And this is just going to help me cut out a nice, even, I can't cut, I don't know, is it just me? I can't cut these things to save myself. What I did find is I didn't want the line from the die that you get, so I've just used a bone folder just to take off that, just flatten it down. And I had a little strip of vellum that just, it was meant to be because I did not cut it. It was perfectly trimmed up. But I would probably also cut that with my sentiment strips too, just the next size up. I just realized I had a couple more little glue goobies on the back of on the front of my cardstock. So we're going to mat that down with just a little bit of glue. And layer it up with some black. Now that's all dry and adhered. We're just going to trim that off and do a little bit of foam on the back of him. And our card is almost done. The next thing we've got is some clear crystal mix. And of course, all this will be linked down below. And I'm going to raise that up with a little bit of foam. So we've got foam underneath our rainbow and foam underneath our sentiment. So we're just going to add our little clear drops now. I'm going to play around with these because I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to place them. So you're going to see me sort of plopping about with the placements of these gems, and I quite like that. Just glue those down. I'm using a little bit of multi-matte medium here only because it dries nice and clear. And that's my card. I hope you're well. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.